Yo, what up? It's your boys Immortal Guys, and we're here. Twisted Metal Head On. We're gonna check out the bonus shit. Sweet Tour. What is this? Asylum. Oh, is this it?
Is Blackfield Asylum?
No, is this it? Like, ooh,
This man.
that man big.
Why is he built like that?
Ooh.
Can you jump? Ooh. What the fuck?
Ooh.
Go up someone. 29. You gotta get 29 cheeseburgers, bro. The man like got hair, but he's like balding.
This man got titties, bro. Oh, man, running. The fucking music. Press triangle to climb ladder. What the fuck?
This is so weird.
How could they have abandoned this game?
What do you mean? Look at this shit.
This is sicko mode. There's that door on that side. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, man, sliding.
Oh, the
See if you locate all the glowing Sweet Tooth heads in the level. Each head will reveal more about the past of Twisted Metal series. Thanks for playing the game and exploring Twisted Past with us. Let's fucking go. Oh,
The black thing.
am I right?
What's the...
To view factoid. Twisted Metal levels begin life in one of two ways. Someone has an idea for a cool setting, and then the team come up with the gameplay for that setting. Or someone has an idea for a cool battleground shape that would lead to fun gameplays. You can see from these images, many levels start as very simple shape sketches and expand out to highly detailed maps. Most of these maps are from Twisted Metal 1 and 2. Am I right? Dead Man's Curve, the Alpine level. I hate that level. Suburbia, yeah. Smell 2. Intergalactic Communication. Oh, it's
What's
that
the
fucking.
alien one?
It's that.
Or,
Yeah, the Russian one.
Right.
Suburbia, right? No. Suit City. What the fuck? Other. That'd be sick as fuck. There's like other fucking patients in here. So what the fuck? Okay, did the cutscene just glitch or something? How the fuck did he even get out of that shit?
No, I'm pretty sure it's unfinished, bro.
Or you gotta be able to see John Doe.
This is so weird.
This shit is scary. God, the controls are reversed. What the fuck am I looking at? Concept art's used to aid the game's modelers, showing them what the world they are building should look like. Concept art's also used to sell the core ideas of the level, helping everyone involved get the emotional feel the level should evoke. Sometimes, as you can see from these images, concept art reaches a finished, polished state. Other times, the art is just a rough sketch meant to indicate layout, perspective, or mood. Downtown is? Ooh! Sweet Tooth going crazy. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. The chair. Dude, just. What the fuck? Why does the message keep popping up? Is that all the way from here? From that same one?
It's a 3.
Oh. Sure. Here, save real quick. Honestly, Sweet Tooth, if this man could run that fast at you, it'd be scary as hell. This is concept art for Twisted Metal 2. As you can see, the city rooftops level originally included flying Sweet Tooth helicopters as bosses, an idea that would not be implemented until Twisted Metal Black. The Dark Side vs. Sweet Tooth image marks the first time an artist gave the ice cream truck head a living personality. Seeing the clown with such an evil personality inspired the team to flesh out the driver of the truck itself, applying the vibe of the head on the truck to the driver inside. Oh, that fucking... Amazonia, right? The first one? Shadow! Huh. Yeah, if this man could run at you at this speed, that'd be terrifying. It's just a whole fucking maze. This is concept art for Twisted Metal Head On. It builds on the theme established back at Twisted Metal 1, destroying the familiar. The team always felt that car combat battles would be more fun and satisfying if they took place in your own backyard. This is why the suburbs has been a staple of the series. The team assumed most players would be suburban dwellers and would enjoy destroying the very place in which they lived. The fairgrounds is another variation on the destroy what is familiar theme. Damn, that was their idea. Look at Axel. Damn, dragging bloody ass feet. Damn. If only had that much like environment going on, that'd be crazy. Oh, song change. I'm just chilling on the couch. Rec room. Fuck, bro. Hold on. We're going way forward. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. It's like Twisted Metal Black shit, but super sped up.
Yeah, that's weird.
What level is this?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Did you hear it, right? It's like
Yeah.
Game's like not like sped up or something, right? Let me press the speed up button. Oh! Alright, use that shit to catch up real quick. This one right there. Let's go. The view factor. It's just that one in the corner, I'm assuming. These are cars that were too far removed from reality to exist in the Twisted Metal universe. In the same way the team wanted players, in the same way we wanted players to fight on battlegrounds they could relate to, they also felt necessary to create cars that people would see driving around in real life. What the fuck is Axel?
Talking about station wagon duct tape to the fucking tank tread, bro.
Or fucking Axel, dude. Without these reality grounding elements, the game would never have resonated with such a large audience. These images did not fit into that vision and were therefore cut from the game.
Whoa, I understand now.
Well, okay, that, yeah. Oh, that'd be a boss. That'd be sick as hell. Yeah, that'd be another boss. That one looks cool. Bro,
reminds me of like Prime Evil or whatever from Twisted Metal 2 or 3, whichever one it was.
Oh, Primeval?
Yeah. Wasn't it spelled weird? Like
yeah. These are rough designs for Dark Tooth and Tower Tooth from Twisted Metal Head On. These are a long way off from the original Dark Tooth of Twisted Metal 2, which was basically the Sweet Tooth ice cream truck scaled up to a giant size and given a huge number of hit points. With each title, it gets harder and harder to design a Sweet Tooth boss that is unique and special enough to be a boss character while still retaining the core elements of the very simple ice cream truck design. Oh damn, it's like a tank.
Yeah,
Tower Tooth. Biggest asylum I've ever seen. says control room. Alright, let's go to the control room. Stairs. Ooh!
Who the fuck is those guys?
Dude!
You got combos? Bro, that shit like annihilated them.
They
This
exploded.
is Canon Sweet Tooth power, bro.
Canon Sweet Tooth power. Are they looking where I came from? They saw my ass escape and just stood here?
Yeah, I guess so.
These are 3D models of Sony Computer Entertainment America's Vice President, Shuhei Yoshida, and Sony Santa Monica Studios head Alan Becker. The team placed the characters in the game as homage to the executives responsible for some of Sony's biggest hit games. Nice. Killed that dude. Rest in peace. Cafeteria time. Focus test reception that was so poor for Twisted Metal 1. Twisted Metal 1 that the team explored the option of turning the vehicles into hover cars for the sequel. It was believed that the focus test results were poor because control of Twisted Metal 1 vehicles was too confusing and frustrating. The team felt hover vehicles would be easier to control and more user-friendly. However, once the positive reviews and fan reactions from Twisted Metal 1 came in, the team decided to stick with the standard vehicles. Dang. Ooh! Fifth Element as Taxi.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of sick.
Spectre hover version. That'd be cool as hell. Whoa, that one's weird. This fucking stage.
Yeah.
Water's all the way up. That's 100% from fucking Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Hey, there's all just chowing down.
It's the lunch. The whole silence is one lunchroom.
One lunchroom. While the development team may be excited about making a game, other folks need to be just as excited in order for the game to get the support it needs from various departments. Marketing, sales, PR, etc. The following images were created to sell the vision of Twisted Metal to other departments within Sony. Damn, so they gotta make this shit. Urban Assault, Christmas '95. Urban Assault. Was that like before it's called Twisted Metal?
I think so.
What was the other one? High Octane?
Something like
That's
that.
Darkseid, Mr. Grimm, Spectre, and fucking Yellow Jacket. Twisted Metal Wasteland, scary ass. Ooh. Ooh. Yes.
That man run. That's like
You can't tell me that shit didn't hype people up, bro. As you can see from the photograph taken during filming of Twisted Metal 1 and movies, Sweet Tooth was at the start simply a circus clown. He did not even have his trademarked flaming hair, but by Twisted Metal Black, the classic look of Sweet Tooth had emerged from chicken scratch sketches to full-blown CG character models. No expense was spared in bringing this mascot character to his current incarnation. Oh, dude choking his ass. Damn. Borderlands as character. Ain't no way. What is he chopping? Rolls Royce. Oh. God damn. The classic black image. The boiler room. What if I jump down? Like die. These are sketches of various play ideas drawn over the course of Twisted Metal's 10-year history. Hundreds of pages of game design notes were created with various members of the team contributing to the game's design. Many elements of the Twisted Metal series arose from these sorts of rapidly sketched, spur-of-the-moment bursts of inspiration. Am I right? This is like the type of sketches I be drawing, bro. Let me save real quick before I try to jump down. exit. What does he have on his hands? They look like boxing gloves.
Just close.
Just giant ass gloves. From rough sketch to finished level, these images show the progress a level goes through as it grows from an idea to a fully functioning battleground. Oftentimes, as shown in the double image, simple 3D levels handed over to concept artists who draw on top of the 3D art, creating the details that transform a level from a dull world of gray shaded blocks to a believable 3D battleground. Interesting. Turtle. Designing a new Twisted Metal game, there always seems to be a desire to go wacky with the car designs. It's a temptation the team has always resisted, feeling that going wacky while generating a laugh or two would hurt the thematic integrity of the title. Here's some fun but wacky vehicle designs that felt too silly to include in the Twisted Metal universe. It's like Meter Maid.
Yeah, it's kind of like Meter Maid.
Ooh, a tractor? That'd be sick, man. A go-kart. Let's fucking go, why not?
Too wacky, bro.
Too wacky, too wacky. Go to the impound lot. Where his fucking car got impounded. Let's fucking go. Wait, there's a bus here. Just some cars. What is that? Go there? For every vehicle that makes it into a Twisted Metal game, there are 20 or more that end up in the reject pile. Sometimes a vehicle gets cut because it's too similar to another vehicle already chosen for the game. Other times the vehicle is rejected because it looks bad from the game's behind the car view. Here's some vehicles that over the years found their way onto the yes list several times, only to be cut from the game at the last moment.
These motherfuckers definitely not talking about Twisted Metal 4. That fools don't give a shit. They got like 4 Mr. Slams.
Oh.
Like this shit
Like
all
an
just,
Akira ass bike.
That shit's crazy.
A fire truck.
That'd be sick.
A limo.
No,
Why not?
I don't know
Predator
what that is.
car?
Like actually.
Those made it to the yes list?
Yeah, fuck it.
Axel was inspired by a game tester on Twisted Metal 1. The tester suggested a vehicle with a cage sandwiched between 2 giant wheels. A man would sit inside the cage and control the vehicle. The idea of a man strapped between the 2 massive tires grew from this core idea. This concept art shows how Axel evolved from that initial concept to the staple Twisted Metal character he has since become.
Someone played Twisted Metal 1 was like, Yada. Well, that's Twisted Metal Black, bro. Got the feature dragon.
Ooh!
What the hell? They gave him just blue jeans.
Can I open these ones?
Punch it. Yeah, the whole combo.
Oh, we're in the impound lot now.
Oh. Look at his face real close. Like yeah. Like go inside his head. I want to see does he have like teeth and shit?
He has 2 eyeballs.
Like try to get the camera inside his head, yeah. He got eyeballs.
Attempts are always made to give Twisted Metal vehicles a flavorish that will elevate them from simple cars into fully blown characters, but balance is necessary. Too much flourish and the fantasy of car combat is lost. Too little and the vehicles feel generic and bland. In these images, notice the drooping headlights on the taxi, meant to suggest a tired, worn-out character. Even the smiley face on the tow truck's wrecking ball is an attempt to spice up what would otherwise be a generic and thus dull vehicle. Huh. It's interesting.
Try putting a smiley face on a Junkyard Dog standing.
I'll put an American flag on the tank.
Sick.
Oh,
Preacher's bullshit.
they put the
Like a
dude
business
on
guy.
it. Yeah, is he wearing a suit on purpose? Oh. Preacher. The on-foot levels of Twisted Metal Black 2 were slated to contain various platforming gameplay challenges like the one you see before you. Collision on the traps as well as the careful timing needed for any platforming play challenge was never completed. This is why you can walk through any of the traps and platform challenges in this level and not get hurt. Enjoy. We won't go easy on you next time. There never was a next time. Oh!
Jump on that shit, dude. You got my dog.
I gotta do the challenge.
Got it.
Hold on. Have you even... Okay.
You just walk through it and then read.
To save real quick, I guess. Don't know what's going to happen. Gotta get... Okay. God, this shit. Okay. Yo!
Doug, you jump in the air.
Oh.
So cool.
Still, though. I did that shit. Ain't no challenge. Notice the trash cans on the front of the truck. These images from Twisted Metal Black show an attempt to create a world where contestants used what they had around them in order to fortify and defend their vehicles, stepping away from the fantasy-based Twisted Metal 1 and 2 where cars battled with no armor at all. Black attempted to create a more realistic version of what Twisted Metal contests would be like in the real world. Is that like the tow truck? Before the tow truck? Dark side looking clean. Yeah, for sure. Yellow Jacket be looking at that. Who is that? That was one of the ones that they scrapped to the bus. That would have been sick. Who the hell would have driven the bus? Dude ass? Mr. Jones? Is this like part of the challenge?
What the fuck? Damn, all up in the goddamn barbed wire.
I think that's all I'm supposed to do is climb these fucking boxes.
Yeah, you do.
Gotta work on the controls a little bit. These images show concept art for a shopping mall, freeway, and city rooftops. 3 locales that come up for discussion each time the team makes a new Twisted Metal game. Rooftop and freeway levels seem to make it in every title, but the shopping mall discussed as far back as Twisted Metal 1 has never made it into a Twisted Metal game. The challenge has always been having enough texture space so the shop fronts inside the mall would look different from one another. With limited texture space, the game would have to repeat the same hobby shop store front, for example, over and over. In a game where split screen is a huge factor, not being able to glance at your opponent's screen and know which of the 10 hobby shop storefronts he's racing past makes for really bad gameplay. And they want you to screen hack, Momo. Twisted. Who the fuck? Let's go. One of the pitfalls of having amazing concept artists on the team is that people get swept up in the drama of an image and forget that the actual game, no matter how good the graphics, will never look like the art. It is not a graphics issue, it's a camera perspective issue. The game cannot be played from the dramatic camera shown in these images. Because of this, the finished levels, some having graphics that look very close to the concept art, lack the same punch that the concept art delivered. What is that, the dragon?
Something like that.
Oftentimes a car will be chosen to go into the game, but the debate over the skin that covers that car's body will go on for months after. In Twisted Metal Black, the black and white police car became Crazy 8. Oh, what the hell? The rusted red old-time stock car. The other image is Severed Sam's modern-day race car seen in the bonus Twisted Metal Black levels. This car went through many color variations before the team settled on the final color choice. So that's what's going to be the police car? That was going to be Outlaw?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Huh. Severed Sam. Who the fuck? Let's go. Challenge time. Yeah. Easy work. So, they ran out of music.
Like actually? Or?
I'm assuming. Is that us or?
Should we turn it back on?
No, I'm pretty sure it's us.
It's us? Nothing else makes
I mean,
sound
sorry,
game.
I'm pretty sure it's the game, yeah. God, get on that fucking ladder. Here we go. Game design concepts are usually sketched out or paper design to determine if they will be worth putting into the game. Here's some gameplay specific images, including interactive billboards that never made it into Twisted Metal Black, the much hated hover cops from Twisted Metal 1, and a whole slew of gameplay concepts from a designer's sketchbook. If you look closely at the sketches, you can see initial concept for the ejector seat play mechanic that found its way into Twisted Metal Black.
Oh, the shit with Shadow.
Oh, this shit? The dudes flying around.
Robocop assholes.
And traversing on the top of the level. We gotta break in this shit. Fuck. Oh, he just punched that glass off. The ice cream truck for Twisted Metal Black took 6 months to design, with over 300 concept sketches done before the team locked on the final version. In the following images, you can see the attention to detail that went into everything from choosing the right clown head to figuring out what was inside the back of the truck itself. You can also see the original art of the ice cream truck labeled Demonic Ice Cream Truck that was designed well before the character of Sweet Tooth was even conceived. Damn. There's the first one. All those nasty as hell. Huh. It's all metal and shit. That'd be great. Dude, just has some dude tied up. Grimm began life as a mysterious badass on a motorbike. From there, as these images show, the team flirted with giving Grimm an animated skeleton riding shotgun in the sidecar. There is also the concept of a decaying department store mannequin sidekick. One version of Grimm showed him as a man wearing the head of a slaughtered bull on his head. Fresh spins on old characters is one of the trademarks of Twisted Metal series, keeping the characters and stories fresh from game to game. So mannequins in the
Driver.
driver while he's piloting a fucking machine gun.
How weird.
What the fuck? Damn, Minion on a bike. Let's go. Let's get Minion on that fucking bike. These are two posters designed to go into the game world of Twisted Metal 1. The image of Calypso can be found in the arena level of the first Twisted Metal. The image of the hovercop admonishing players of Urban Assault, the game's title when it was in production, did not make it into the game. Urban Assault. Calypso. What is that man doing? It's like fucking Mystique. RoboCop. Urban Assault is a crime.
Playing Urban Assault.
Oh, there's a spotlight. Gotta hide from that motherfucker. The world of Twisted Metal has inspired a great deal of moody concept art. Oftentimes the art is designed solely to convey the mood of the game, never intended to be used for game productions. The following images show some of the moodier art created for the series. The last image is a storyboard from the Evangelist sequence in Brimstone's end movie from Twisted Metal Black. Oh, Dollface looks sick as fuck. The fuck?
She's badass in Twisted Metal Black, dude.
Bloody Mary. Sweet Tooth.
Ooh, but I killed the Samurai Sweet Tooth, bro.
Once a level is laid out, concept artists create a high-level map of the entire battlefield. The image helps team members get a good sense of the level as a whole, as well as capturing the visual mood and feel that the level should have. The following images are high-level master maps from Twisted Metal 2. Master maps. Huh. Yep, pretty much what it is. Amachonia. Alright, so we've got one more. That shit somewhere. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Over the years, toy companies have routinely approached Sony hoping to get the go-ahead to create a line of Twisted Metal toys. From action figures to collectible cars, many companies have expressed interest in bringing the Twisted Metal universe into the world of toys. While there are currently no plans for Twisted Metal toy line, the following images show some of the prototype toys made hope bringing final toys to market. I've always wondered why they've never made any. Ooh, is that Mr. Grimm?
Yeah, Mr. Grimm. Not even a toy, it's action figure.
Damn! Do not make that one.
I'm mad, crazy ass.
Oh, the ice cream truck. See, that's don't even got pink dots.
Dude, see, yeah, they totally gotta do a Twisted Metal Hot Wheels shit. We achieved all the objectives.
Let's fucking go. That's straight up just the model from Twisted Metal Black.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. I'm pretty sure this video is gonna be longer than the actual fucking
gameplay. Yeah.
The actual gameplay version. Bonus material to smell the dark past. What is that?
The way I would describe
Twisted
Twisted Metal, a super high action car combat game. It spoke to this kind of heavy metal, rock and roll, bad 70s, 80s, hard rock album cover art vibe that I've always loved.
Twisted Metal is a load in my brain.
Ooh.
Hard rockin' car combat.
Oops.
would describe Twisted Metal, a super high-action car combat game. It spoke to this kind of heavy metal, rock and roll, bad 70s, 80s, hard rock album cover art vibe that I've always loved.
Twisted Metal is a lobe in my brain.
Hard rockin' car combat at its finest.
Cars would drive around an imaginary city and shoot at each other.
Oh.
Twisted Metal universe was never slated to be a very Saturday morning cartoon.
Twisted Metal, on a certain level, is still Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
There's a spirit and a soul to the Twisted Metal universe, and it's American, and it's rock and roll, and it's underdog, and it's scrappy, and it's kind of heavy metal.
Who's that?
I was just saying, what? I don't know what these cutscenes for Sweet Tooth are. Duh.
I started at Sony as a tester right out of college. I had no clue what I was going to go make movies, and it was my plan. And I worked on some games for Sony, and then this it was actually funny. Me and my design partner at the time we were kind of hanging by a thread. I mean, we pissed off all the developers we worked with. We thought we knew everything. We knew absolutely nothing. And our boss called us in when he heard about these guys in Utah who were working for the military. He says, "Look, I remember this meeting. He's like, look, my feet are at the fire on this with you guys. It's like this is kind of your last chance. Like, don't screw this up." My thing was when I first got into the industry, and I sat down with David Jaffe, and I was coming from a very conservative engineering development environment, working with government and people that wear suits. It was very refreshing to see all these ideas just come pouring out, and I thought, oh my God, how am I gonna harness this? How am I gonna, try to take this and turn it into a production environment? We had gotten back from Utah the very first time when we saw this three-dimensional database, and we saw basically what 3D gaming could be, and we were stuck in traffic out by the LA airport. I think it's sort of at least for me, and I hope I'm not making myself crazy here, but I think it's a natural fantasy people have to be stuck in a car in traffic and just want to have missiles and guns on your car. And I thought, wow, this is so obvious. Hasn't someone else done this? And it was a great pleasant surprise to know that, well, no one has done this. So I was pretty excited, and it was pretty straightforward. So for me, I kind of like the more simple type of game concepts. You kind of see this game for what it was just at the concept levels. And we were so excited, and we wrote up this big design document, and we sent this off to these guys. And about a week later, the guys in Utah sent us back this document, which was a pizza delivery game.
At the time, that sounded really cool, and it would have been such a disaster, because how many times can you sequel a pizza delivery game?
I don't remember how we somehow talked out of the pizza delivery game. I'm not very articulate now, and I certainly was less articulate then, and it may have simply been me on a phone call going, "Are you out of your mind?" When the game was shown to Ken Kutaragi out in Japan, and this was towards the end of the game, his comment was, "When are we going to replace these graphics with real graphics?" That feedback got back to us and the team, and we were just like, what the hell? It's like, we don't have time to change these graphics. They are what they are. The other interesting comment that the Japanese had, a request to switch the weapons out for, instead of firing missiles, firing food groups like vegetables and fruit. We were pretty sure that Sony Japan was not real happy with the title. We had this focus test with these hardcore gamers that came in, and they just tore the game apart. This was towards the end of it. We were about to put it into marketing, get money from marketing to advertise it, and they played it, and it was the whole night they were making fun of it.
Yeah, the description of it was it's a fighting game in cars. And so the focus test was comprised of hardcore fighting game gamers.
What?
And they just didn't really get, how this was a fighting game in cars.
I said, I'm going to start looking for a new job tomorrow because they're going to fire me because this is a disaster. And it turned out not to be. It turned out that we ended up, and I was stunned because somebody told me, oh, you guys got Game of the Year. And I'm like, what are you talking about, right? And then it turns out, and I won't mention the magazine because I don't think legally we can, but we ended up getting Game of the Year from the most prestigious game magazine that was out at the time. And I was just, it was amazing that it all actually worked. I mean, this was the first big game I had ever done. It was the first game these guys in Utah had ever made. And we ended up with a game that a lot of people really, really loved to the point that we were getting these major awards. And so it all worked out. I have no clue how. Maybe we all just got really lucky. I don't know. But it was cool. It was very, very cool.
Congratulations! Won my contest.
I hated the end movies for Twisted Metal. I just thought they were extremely cheesy.
We just and you and him, you don't know!
I did think that some of them turned out a little too hokey.
I am the winner, and you are my prize.
If the movies somehow had
Skeleton
wound up
arm.
in the game, it might have hurt Twisted Metal 1.
I didn't realize any of this at the time. I thought I was making, my calling card into Hollywood.
You'll drive forever. What do you say, Mr. Cage? Sounds good to me, baby.
They were terrible stories, and they were terribly written.
I think that was part of the charm and appeal to them. But first and foremost, I think this is some of the content was, very offensive to some of the people on the team.
All right.
We want mayhem.
Yeah. Dog.
And the guys in Utah just hated them and thought they were offensive and terrible. And
We basically had to, do the damage control to make sure that, we ended up with a great product. But unfortunately, the movies were one of the casualties of that.
I was upset because no one was going to see my masterpiece of hot, sexy women standing around a crumpled, twisted metal car
real.
and, spouting off stupid lines like, here's your paper bag, sweet tooth.
Oh, man. Give me that. Give me. Paperback. You can't be serious.
I think for what they are, they're really fun and campy and they add to it, but, they never quite saw the light of day. And that's, I was really disappointed at the time. Now I can look back and be grateful that it was actually a really good lesson that I should never be a film director and I should never, ever get behind a movie camera because only bad things can happen.
Unless you're a sicko mode.
Yeah, they're funny. I like the
We
endings on
thought
the first
Twisted
one.
Metal 1 was a flop. We didn't know if we had careers left at Sony.
Luckily, it was good enough to warrant a sequel, and that's when we were able to really kind of pull out all the stops and do a lot of things that we wanted to do with the first version.
We really, were excited to get into the second one because then we felt like we knew, really how to make it the game that we wanted to play.
We knew that Sony wanted to do a sequel, and I know Jaffe, Mike Jackson and I were really excited to basically put in a lot of the things that we didn't do and improve on a lot of the things that really sucked in Twisted Metal 1. The darkness, the graphics, the controls, the list goes on.
And so we were like, we have to fix this. We have to fix everything that was screwed up in the first
The
place.
secret was
Which
a
means,
glass cannon.
we
It's
went so
just
far as
crazy.
to say, let's forget them being cars. Let's make them hover cars because they'll be easier to control.
We talked about hovering cars and cars with insect legs, to climb up buildings and things like that.
Poor.
Insects, because insects don't move as fast and they can't get caught on objects. I mean, we were looking. We would go into like stores and watch people play the game on kiosks, and they were banging into walls. They were going too fast, and it really wasn't a very pick up and play game. We thought that was the reason we were getting such bad focus test and play test. And so we were doing everything we could to sort of remedy that. We even said, let's forget the car combat, let's do missions. Like you're a car and you've got missions like, you know, a secret agent, but you're in a car. And then the reviews started to hit, and then the sales started to come in, and then the people on what at the time were sort of the BBSs and the sort of the beginnings of the internet started to sort of write about, oh my God, this game is awesome.
My favorite Twisted Metal moment,
Red, white, and blue
probably
rocket.
a lot of people feel this way, is when the Eiffel Tower came down for the first time.
You can do
The
that?
first level was probably one of the bigger,
like we did that.
more popular levels.
I don't remember
mainly
that.
because, you know, of the, you know, you could drop the Eiffel Tower and it would open up kind of a whole other level,
Shit.
which was the rooftops of the Paris buildings. And, you know, it was something that was just such a cool level that we all wanted to try to make it work. I just kind of, you know, it was actually during a single track staff meeting that during the whole staff meeting, I just started off with kind of a grid with some angled streets, and then, you know, put the Eiffel Tower. And the question was, could we afford this? It kind of became a mission for us to make this level work. I remember when you looked at the level and we started reviewing it, and I remember Jaffe saying, dude, if you could make this thing work the way that you're saying it could work, we got to do it. I have to say, because of the graphic style, I never really thought that there was any sensitive nature up until a member of the French press came to Single Track to look at some of the levels. And he was quite offended when he saw the Eiffel Tower go down. It kind of just fueled everybody to kind of get more wacky and destroy more sensitive icons.
Damn! You could do that shit?
And we try to get that
I didn't know you
gameplay
could do
and the dynamics and everything working as early on in the process as we can. That way we get gameplay kind of leading the development and production charge, and that, you know, in our case, that's always first and foremost, gameplay, gameplay, gameplay.
I loved working on the mechanics of Twisted 2. I love the idea of, can we build depth into the gameplay? Can we build strategy into the level design? I thought that was really, really exciting.
I think all those things
Oh, you
factored
died.
into it as, you know, making it the best of the series. Doing Twisted Metal 1 and Twisted Metal 2 took an enormous toll on, you know, myself and the rest of the team. And, you know, to really not have any, you know, financial upside that, you know, as a result of that, really started to, I think, affect myself and the rest of the team. We put so much time and effort into these titles, and now, you know, they were seeing decent success, you know, with Twisted Metal 2 being a $1 million+ seller. You know, we started to, you know, have conversations of, wow, this really sucks to pour your heart and soul into something, you know, put your family on the back burner, and at the end of the day, what did you get from it? Well, a reputation for making a good, fun car combat game. That wasn't enough going forward, and I think that really started the start of the exodus of a lot of us.
Oh, is that what happened? Is that why they'll ever talk about 3 and 4?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Regarding Twisted Metal 3 and 4, I think my reaction and many other people on the team is, what have you done with our baby?
You know, I didn't really play Twisted Metal 3 and 4 very much. To me, they weren't really Twisted Metal, you know, because they didn't have the same feel at all.
They are hella different.
Yeah.
When they said that the guys from Utah weren't going to be doing Twisted 3, it was going to be the guys in San Diego, I was like, all right, you know, I'll help them out if I can, but I really it's not that I didn't care, like, screw Twisted Metal, I don't care, but I had sort of moved on, you know, so it didn't really bother me. It only bothered me once the games came out.
Shit is sick of them. Gameplay of Twisted Metal 4 is pretty good.
The world of Twisted Metal to make a Twisted Metal game, and I think what those guys got was they understood it sort of at a marketing level. Twisted Metal's cool, and the characters are dark, and they're wacky, but it was done like a 40-year-old trying to be cool, versus actually somebody who got the world and loved the world and respected the world. It felt more like they were trying to sort of, they were like posing, basically. And I think it really comes through in every aspect of those games.
So, Sweet Tooth, your wish is to eat all the candy and ice cream you want.
The endings are pretty
Your
fucking
wish is
shitty.
granted.
Well, 3 is just fucking terrible. 4 is also just like too crazy.
When I saw the Sweet Tooth character design for 3 and then 4, which was worse, I mean, he looked like a Carney Barker with these stupid
I like 4
neon
more than
purple
3.
pants and it's like, what is this? Sweet Tooth is like I've said, Sweet Tooth is me. Sweet Tooth is the darkest, most animalistic side of me, and you guys are turning him into a joke. You know, I know the guys who made 3 and 4. They're good guys. Some of them have moved on to make some really great games in the industry. But those games, you know what I'd say? By and of themselves, I think there are things in those games that are certainly cool. And there's good work in those games on every aspect, code and art and game design. That's not to say by themselves they're bad games. They're just bad Twisted Metal games.
So that's when we set out to start Incognito on the new platform, PlayStation 2, with Twisted Metal Black.
Black was tough because we knew we
Dude,
were
what
doing the
happened to
series
Small
back,
Bro,
me and the
bro?
guys in Utah.
Explain that
And we
shit.
knew we weren't relevant anymore. We knew that the industry had moved on. We knew that sort of what was edgy and cool in 1994, 5, and 6 was no longer edgy and cool in 2001. And so what I was in love with on Twisted Metal Black was the world and the tone, the characters, the stories.
Sony would let Dave do really kind of risque things. They were graphic, they were bloody, they were gory, and they weren't just made for, you know, little
Shit
tiny
is super
kids
edgy.
that were
It's just hella
probably
edgy.
never intended to play Twisted Metal, especially by Twisted Metal Black.
Forgot about that guy.
You know, at the time, a lot of people were looking for really arcadey, bright, happy-looking games, and to make this shift to a really dark game was really sort of a gamble in a way. We knew that we were going for a totally different style. It was going to be a more mature game. We wanted to be dark and
That man doing the splits?
He was about to pull his
foreboding
tires
For
together.
the first time,
Forget you could do that on Black.
we were feared.
and feel like a dangerous world.
A lot of times you think that when someone has these kind of ideas, you're thinking, are they trying too hard to be edgy and cool and not nerd-like, or do they really kind of think this way? And it really became obvious that in the case of David Jaffe, there really is some deep, dark, evil motivations that kind of, I think, spark his imagination.
There were things I wanted to do in Black that they wouldn't let me do. And some of it was just so... Okay, some of it was valid, right? We had a scene with the preacher who thought he was performing an exorcism. But he was crazy. He was really being asked to perform a baptism. And so he drowns this. Well, we had this great shot of, and I have kids, right? I love kids. I'm a nice, gentle guy.
This guy is
but
crazy.
It's a fantasy, right? And in the scene, there was this great shot of him pushing this little, 5-day-old into the
Censoring
baptismal,
baby.
into the water, and his little arms and chubby little legs are kicking around in there, and he's just like shoving the thing down. In his mind, he's like exorcising this demon. Sony made us cut that. Now, I understand that. That makes sense. As much as I would have liked to have seen that, I understand that. But then you know what it was? It gave people within the company an opportunity to kind of play the aren't I noble and pious and aren't I normal card? And it's like, you.
The voice inside me was a figment of my imagination. My God, it was all in my mind.
It's just an opportunity for people to act
Man
like,
kinda built like,
I want to say something,
Oniro.
and I want to make a statement. It's like, please get
Like
the
Oniro?
out of my kitchen. I'm trying to
What's his name? The Grandmaster Lin
Oh,
Kuei?
yeah,
Man
Oniro.
cannot hide from himself. there is only one path before.
A big part of
I wish we got that
making a
kind of
game
Preacher in the
is
show.
Just getting
Me
a
too.
visual image of
Preacher in the show's kind of
what this
funny,
thing's
but
gonna be.
I like
We
the
had
old
a
crazy
machine
asshole
now
more.
that we could really do some nice graphics on, you know, take it to a different level. And this one was the first time I felt like we were really creating a universe, a place that was apart from the world, that when you go into it, you feel like you're really in a consistent, interesting world. I still really like the suburbs in Twisted Metal Black. That was the level where we had these concepts and we had rendered it on a PC, and to
You
see
just
that
drive through the
turn into a
house.
level you can actually play and keep the art style and the personality. It holds a special place in my heart. I still really like that level just because of those things.
I definitely don't think it's the best game in the series. I think 2 is still the best game in the series.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, at that time, I had gotten bored of the mechanics of the series. And so what I was in love with on Twisted Metal Black was the world.
Yeah, the
And,
world
I
went
think
crazy
because
in
of
this
that, the gameplay
game.
actually suffered. It was too hard. It wasn't creative.
That shit is hard.
We really tied ourselves up being forced to every level having the same color palette of browns and blacks and grays and clouds in the sky rolling by. And I think the core experience, the interactive experience of that game really, really suffered.
Oh, barely
And
missing.
the good news is, just from a career standpoint, we had enough of the other stuff. We pulled off the atmosphere so well, and some of the sort of surface stuff so well, that we kind of got a free pass on the fact that the gameplay was good, but it wasn't great. But I definitely think it's probably the least quality gameplay. I think 2 is the best, 1 is the second best, and Black is the third best.
I don't know about all that.
I think 1 is.
Yeah, I think it's better than 1.
The cars would get designed first, and then characters, we would talk about cool, compelling, weird, wacky type of characters. And that was just kind of a process of applying those different characters to the different cars. And that was always a fun process, and one that really endured a lot of changes throughout the development. And, that used to really frustrate the hell out of me. It's like, wait a minute, why is this character now in that car? Jaffe, what the hell is going on here? But there was always a good, sound, solid reason for it. And, again, in the end, the characters, I think, really were a good fit to the cars.
A lot of times with characters, it's Dave Jaffe sends us this wacky stuff that we go, what is this? It's like, he sent us this
Black.
of, something we called Zipper Chick, and it was a large person in leather with zippers and holding fetuses and things.
What?
My favorite character would have to be Mr. Grimm.
I think my mind bent so much it snapped in two.
I just really like the whole,
Oh.
of his motorcycle. He can get into and out of trouble quickly. I like his, the Gatling gun sidecar is really cool. You can never go wrong with a skull helmet. I mean,
Axle was, tied up in those tires. In order to gain his freedom out of the huge tires that he was molded to or robotically connected to, he literally ripped his arms out of the tires. We had some dripping blood, some disgusting sound, and I just never thought we were going to get away with it.
I am a free man, and you are no longer my father.
There was a character that was named
Crazy
Scott
ass.
Campbell in the game, and he was the driver of Spectre. I was pretty stoked about the character. In fact, I really didn't even know that he was going to be called Scott Campbell until I saw it show up. It's kind of a surprise, always usually a pleasant surprise when you find out, wow, I wonder what the backstory is on this one.
I love Sweet Tooth. My first memory of Sweet Tooth was we had a list of potential vehicles and characters, and one line said, ice cream truck driven by demonic clown.
here's where Sweet Tooth came from
Damn.
now. 36 years
Which one was that one
That was
from?
this game right here.
Oh,
This
right,
guy.
right.
Several years ago. And I said, okay, Kratos, who's a character I had a huge hand in creating from God of War, and Sweet Tooth, who's a character I had a huge hand in creating from Twisted Metal.
Bruh.
Both of these characters are testosterone-fueled, aggressive, animalistic. They take exactly what they want when they want it. And I'm not going to go into too many personal details about my life, but let's just say for the longest time,
This
certainly when I was
man
developing those characters,
is Sweet
that
Tooth.
wasn't who I was if you saw me walking down the street. But I can promise
This
you
man's
that's who I
Marcus
was
Kane.
underneath the surface.
As much as I had those old urges of mine.
Who's Sweet Tooth's rival in PlayStation All Stars?
It is Kratos.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was
Who you
thinking. I was
really
like,
are
guess
and
maybe that's
what you
why.
really want ends up coming out in your creative work. That was such a revelation to me when I realized that I realized that Jesus, Sweet Tooth is me. Kratos is me. You know, that's
Damn.
both terrifying and very, very exciting.
That she used to pull people toward you?
But I think it's run its course. It's spanned through 3 different platforms, and again, I think
Where's the
sometimes
4th
it's good to
platform,
leave on a high
Bubba?
note.
Nope.
We know that it entertained a lot of people. We know it kept a lot of people up late.
Anytime a game does not have good characters, good stories, you just end up with a lousy game.
We need to find what is going to spark something, that gets people interested in a genre again.
The spark will come back, and we'll have a lot of really cool new ideas. I would hate to say that it's farewell. I hope down the road, maybe someday we'll see it made into a movie.
Bruh. Made
I
into
don't
a show.
think we're the kind of beloved series that really goes down in sort of gaming history as like, oh my God, that's one of the best games ever. But I love that position for this series. I think that's what the series. It feels pure to me.
He's the one that
That's
said
what it
can never
means.
do
When it
movies.
resonates with those kinds of people. That makes me really, really happy.
Other guy said, let's do
There's a lot of
movies.
hardcore fans of the series, and they'll write to us and they'll call us and tell us all this stuff that we don't.
Michael Jackson.
Favorite Twisted Metal level? I'd have to say it's Moscow and Twisted Metal 2. There's something about the mountains in there. There's not enough weapons. There needs to be more weapons, but something about that bowl design is freaking nice and balanced.
We've been really fortunate that
Smell
we've
too
had
doobie
great fans
classy.
and lots of
Smell too
excitement,
pretty sick.
in the marketplace for our stuff, and that just makes it all worthwhile.
Twisted Metal 2 to me was a classic game in my eyes, but I was craving a game that was a little darker, a little more violent.
I'm not gonna lie, they went so ham on Twisted Metal Black. Twisted Metal Head On
Thank
just
you
does
for
not
all the
compare.
great feedback that we've gotten.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I think it's
Head On
really
feels
helped
weird.
Shape the game for the better.
Head On feels similar gameplay to Black, but I don't know. We gotta check what difficulty we played it on.
Yeah,
'cause
we had to put it on Goober Junior mode, bro.
Goober
To
Junior.
fans of Twisted Metal, you guys are
They didn't even
loyal,
talk
you guys
about
are
Small
passionate.
Brawl.
For whatever reason, Twisted Metal has always just been a very good game for
Cyclo.
replay value.
Cyclopter
It never gets old for
Source.
me, and a lot of people
Cyclopter
from TMA
Source.
just feel the same way. And we hope you guys keep that up. It's really a tremendous aspect of the series.
That you care enough about what we do to write about it, to blog about it, to make boards about it.
Okay, so that's why I was
and
tripping. I
most
wasn't paying
importantly, to play
attention.
it and to
Is the
enjoy
name
it. So
Spectre after
thank
this
you.
dude?
Thank you so
After the
much.
dude?
Yeah, Scott
Okay, yeah, that's
Cameron.
why I
About our
figured.
work.
So
That means
wasn't paying attention
everything
now.
to us.
I love Twisted Metal because I love fast-paced combat, I love blowing crap up, I love multiplayer, playing with my friends, but most importantly, it's great to have a story with characters you can relate to.
Relate to?
Relate to?
Oh,
Who do I relate to, bro?
Who do I relate to, bro? I relate to, not that guy.
So what's Twisted Metal Law? That's the
Lost Level of Twisted Metal Black 2.
game was to be a sequel. Levels Harbor City or Design Connect series freeways. That would be so sick. Only select few ever got to experience this new vision.
What the fuck? 6 key members of the Harbor City team were killed when their plane crashed. Celebratory skiing trip? That's crazy.
The game was canceled because of that? Oh my
What the
god.
hell? 2 years of the crash, no arrived. Sony Computer Entertainment. Completed, allow public to play at Last Works. Allow public to enjoy less game. After months of debating the origin of the note. What the hell? Complete all the levels in a Lost Story mode.
On hard difficulty.
What the fuck?
Wait, this is another thing?
Sick.
Bro, it's gonna have to be a whole nother video.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, stop recording here, bro.
Yeah. Shit. Alright, well, that's the end of the video. Chronologically, this one should come out before the bonus shit, right?
Ugh. Yeah, I guess so.
Alright.
Just more bonus
well,
shit.
Yeah, if you're watching this shit, then, as you can see, fucking, I don't know, whatever, fuck it. This one's going out before Lost, I guess. I guess Lost can be the last one. But alright, thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe, see you.
You don't believe, you don't believe, you don't believe, you don't believe.
Only chillin'.
Like and subscribing. Like and subscribing.
Better start believing both. Big God.
Like.